and I have these charges of $10.79 and $18.35 that have occurred on April 28 and March 28. The last time I called Apple was on May 12th.
Calls are recorded and transcribed for evaluation to train personnel and improve contact center technologies. Let me look up your phone number. Some common items are in-app purchases by a family member or subscriptions like Apple Music or other apps. I can send you a link to a page where you can view your purchase history or request refunds. Standard message rates may apply. Say, send me the link, or if you're finished, feel free to hang up.
Send me the link.
I sent the message. Just click the link and follow the instructions. Some common items are in-app purchases by a family member or subscriptions like Apple Music or other apps. I can send you a link to a page where you can view your purchase history or request refunds. Say, send me the link, or if you're finished, feel free to hang up.
Request refund.
Sorry, say, send me the link, or press 1, or if you're finished, feel free to hang up. I sent the message. Just click the link and follow the instructions.
Okay, I'm looking at this link on my phone. Get started. Sign into the Apple account. Let's see if it'll work.
Welcome to Apple. Calls are recorded and transcribed for evaluation to train personnel and to improve contact center technologies. I'm an automated system that can handle complete sentences. So tell me, how can I help you today?
Fraud on my debit card.
Which of the following are you calling about? A charge on your statement, an unsolicited phone call, a suspicious email, a suspicious text message, or a recent order placed on the Apple online store.
Illegal transaction on my debit card.
Does the bill say apple.com/bill?
Yes.
Okay, please hold while I transfer you to the next available specialist. You've been transferred to Apple support. I may ask you to repeat some of the information you've already given. Calls are recorded and transcribed for evaluation to train personnel and improve contact center technology. Let me look up your phone number. If you're calling about charges to your account, say billing. Otherwise, in a few words, please tell me why you're calling.
Illegal charges on my debit card.
Which do you need help with? Apple Pay or Wallet? A subscription? A charge I don't recognize? Or say it's something else?
A charge I don't recognize.
By the way, when Apple bills your account, sometimes multiple charges are grouped together. These can include subscription renewals
You're
and
being
family
so
purchases.
patient with this.
You can view the individual charges or request a refund on our website. If you like, before transferring you, we can send you the link. Standard message rates may apply. Would you like me to send the message?
Yes.
I sent the message. After you're finished with the advisor, can we text you a link to a brief survey?
No.
Please say yes or no.
No.
Okay, let me get someone to help you. Apple's warranty coverage is in addition to your rights provided by consumer law. Warranty, privacy policy, and privacy rights information are available at apple.com/legal. I'll transfer you now. Remember that our advisors are here to help. Please treat them with kindness. Thank you for contacting Apple support. Please hold for an Apple advisor. While you wait, you can choose to listen to some music. For modern popular music, press 1. For classical, 2. For jazz, 3. Or for silence, press 4.
So while I'm waiting on hold, I'm going to post my conversation on May 12, 2025 with Apple. And it is 3:06 p.m. I might have to end the call if my reservation ends for the room at the library. All right. This is Gina, Calabrese.
Thank you. I'm your support advisor today. How can I help?
I have a total of 4 charges that were illegally charged against my debit card, and I don't have any idea how the person even got my debit card number because I live alone. I don't have any children. I have called Apple on April 27, on April 28, on May 12, and now today on May 19 of 2025. The charges have not been refunded back to my account. And these charges are in the amount of $10.79 and $18.35 charged on March 28 and April 28.
I'm going to need you to go to account.apple.com
Mm-hmm.
create a temporary support plan. So
Apple.com. Okay. And all right. All right, so I did this on May 12. I sign in.
yep.
Okay. All right, hold on, it didn't work. Okay. Hold on. It's not working. It's not working. I use the password that I used to log into my computer, right? Hold on. check. All right, hold on. It's not Oh, okay. Um, okay. So this is telling me enter the verification code sent to your iPad. I don't have that iPad. What's that? Oh yeah, wait, can't get to your iPad. That'll work. And then it says text or code to an old phone number. I haven't had that phone number in over a year. Use the phone number that you use with your Apple account. This phone number is incorrect. You know what? I will never buy an Apple again. This is when I talked to an Apple employee on May 12th, while I was on the phone with him and screen sharing with him, I removed my old phone number ending in 27 and I entered my new phone number while I was on the phone with him. And right now, that new phone number isn't being acknowledged at all. It's saying that it's incorrect. I promise to God I will never buy an Apple again. This is absolutely ridiculous. I've been buying Apple Mac computers since Snow Leopard, and now I'm done because I have had money stolen from my account. I have no idea how that even happened because the only credit card that was in my account that I even showed the Apple employee was an old debit card from over a year ago. So all of this is absolutely no. Apple. There's nothing secure about Apple. This is absolute total fraud. So how come my new phone number isn't working when I entered it while I was on the phone with the Apple employee on May 12th? Why is it not working now? No, it did. It did get accepted because I screenshot the page. I'm actually uploading a video right now. That's how pissed off I am on the whole thing. No, you don't. You don't because you haven't refunded my money that was from my account. So so just go off script right now. I know. I know. Okay, so now what do I do now?
Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna try your old phone number or your new one. If neither works, you're gonna still don't have access to the phone number.
Well, let's see what it is. Let me see. I'm gonna just record this because it says, let's see. Shift and screen. All right. The only option I have is cancel. All right, so now what do you want me to do? I screenshot that. Go ahead.
What does it say?
I had to hit cancel because there wasn't any option to say that I can't use the phone number after I entered it, and it just had to turn the little box into red, color of red, telling me that it was incorrect. It only gave me the option to cancel, so I just screenshot it, and now I'm back to one account for everything Apple.
Okay, so that's just starting from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So you can start from the beginning and try it again.
Try it again. So it's just going to do the same exact thing again. It's okay. So I'm back to email or phone number, and they didn't work.
What's your email?
For a password, do I use the password that I use to log into my computer?
You should give all of your passwords a try. But you're saying the one that you remember is incorrect.
Okay, so let me just tell you this. Number one, I don't use iCloud. Number two, I don't download anything on an Apple phone because I don't have an Apple phone. I have an Android. And so number three, I don't even download any Apple apps. Don't do it.
Okay, so you don't have Apple or anything like that. So honestly, we wasted a lot of time.
You think?
Yeah, we definitely did.
Okay, good.
So
I'm glad
what
you
we're gonna
acknowledged
do
it.
is you should contact your financial institution to dispute those charges with Apple and block Apple. You don't have an Apple account. You don't have an Apple device, which means there's fraudulent activity on your account, which means you should contact your bank to report that.
You're such an
Not
idiot.
the Apple.
I did that, and I recorded the call with her, and we actually did a conference call with Apple. She hid in the background, and we talked to Apple, and then she actually came forward and acknowledged that she was on the phone.
That's fine. So you'll go ahead and dispute the charge with them. But
No,
we
because
can't
it's not on
hold
them.
your information.
It's not on them. It's on Apple. Apple owes me the refund. It's not on my bank. It's on Apple. Do you understand that at all?
I definitely do. Let's see if you understand this. So what I'm trying to tell you is we can't verify any information with you because of Apple security. Whether your account is on another account, we can't give you that.
You're not
information.
secure.
Okay, I definitely understand your feelings regarding that. But as far as the refund, I can't go into someone else's account and refund you because it's a security measure.
No, it's my account. It's my account.
Okay. It's not your account, it's only your card.
So then what do you show? What do you I have a case ID. I have a case ID number.
Yeah, but it's still not going to let me verify.
Not even with the case ID?
No, you need an Apple account for me to verify.
But the case ID came from Apple while I was talking to them based on my account.
That's fine. Let's go ahead with it. Okay.
1025-859-2658.
Sorry, did you say that you wanted to speak with a white person?
I just gave you my case ID. I would like you to look it up.
And I heard that in the background, and I don't feel comfortable with it anymore.
And transfer
I'm going to
me.
disconnect the call, and you're going to be able to contact that. Thank
Welcome to Apple. Calls are recorded and transcribed for evaluation to train personnel and to improve contact center technology. I'm an automated system that can handle complete sentences. So tell me, how can I help you today?
Fraud on my account.
I can send you a link where you can look up your account information or reset your password. Once you're there, just follow the on-screen instructions. Would you like me to send that link to you via SMS text message?
No, supervisor.
Okay, I'll get you right over to our technical support. You've been transferred to Apple support. I may ask you to repeat some of the information you've already given. Calls are recorded and transcribed for evaluation to train personnel and improve contact center technologies. Let me look up your phone number. I see you contacted us recently about a billing issue. Is that the same reason for your call today?
Yes.
Thanks. After you're finished with the advisor, can we text you a link to a brief survey?
No.
Standard message rates may apply.
No.
Please say yes or no.
No.
Okay, let me get someone to help you. Apple's warranty coverage is in addition to your rights provided by consumer law. Warranty, privacy policy, and privacy rights information are available at apple.com/legal. I'll transfer you now. Remember that our advisors are here to help. Please treat them with kindness. Thank you for contacting Apple support. Please hold for an Apple advisor. While you wait, you can choose to listen to some music. For modern popular music, press 1. For classical, 2. For jazz, 3. Or for silence, press 4. All Apple advisors are still busy. Please continue to hold for the next available advisor. Center Technologies. I'm an automated system that can handle complete sentences. So tell me, how can I help you today?
Fraud on my app on my debit card.
Which of the following are you calling about? Charge on your statement, suspicious email, suspicious or a recent order?
Illegal charges on my debit card.
Does the bill say apple.com/bill?
Yes.
Okay, please hold while I transfer you to the next available specialist. You've been transferred to Apple support. I may ask you to repeat some of the information you've already given. Calls are recorded and transcribed for evaluation to train personnel and improve contact center technologies. Let me look up your phone number. I see you contacted us recently about a billing issue. Is that the same reason for your call today?
Yes.
Thanks. After you're finished with the advisor, can we text you a link to a brief survey?
No.
Standard message rates may apply. Please say yes or no.
No.
Okay, let me get someone to help you. Apple's warranty coverage is in addition to your rights provided by consumer law. Warranty, privacy policy, and privacy rights information are available at apple.com/legal. I'll transfer you now. Remember that our advisors are here to help. Please treat them with kindness. Thank you for contacting Apple support. Please hold for an Apple advisor. While you wait.
Thank you for contacting Apple support. My name is Kayla. Can you please provide?
Calabrese.
How can I assist you today?
I have charges on my debit card that I didn't make. I have a case ID number.
And what's the case ID number?
1025859265882.
Okay, can you provide that to me one more time?
1025859265882.
Okay, bear with me one moment while I go over the notes for that call. Okay, so it looks like you were assisted.
No, because with one of the employees, we actually got on the phone and we actually screen shared.
So what happened was you had a compromise.
Yeah, someone actually charged against my debit card twice. And I live alone. No one gets my debit card. I don't have kids. So this actually somehow Apple allowed for fraud on my debit card. I've already gone through my bank, and my bank, we did a conference call with Apple also. In the last conversation, the individual stated that he was from the Carolinas, and he stated that the refund he was actually going to dispute the fact that it was turned down, and he was going to dispute that, and that was on May 12th. And there's still no refund on my card.
So disputes take 48 hours as well.
It's been denied, you said? Okay, well, I actually want to see what my notes, what the notes say. I want to be told.
Put it in, so they don't.
And when I did the screen share, we actually looked and it showed that I don't have any subscriptions. And an old debit card was actually on this account that hasn't even been used for 2 years. When I actually purchased the Mac, I set up my computer. That's when I set up everything. And an old debit card was in that account.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, when I actually then went with the Carolina, talked to the guy with Carolina, he told me to go on this the corner left Apple, click on that. And because I haven't, once, like I said, when I purchased this computer in 2023, and I then set up everything according to instructions, that was it for me. Because even when I'm at the library, I use a Microsoft computer. I only use my Mac for numbers, pages, creating a video, and that's it. So when I talked to the guy from Carolina and we were going to screen share, he actually then reminded me to click on this left button, and that's when I saw an old email that I don't even have, the password didn't even work on that email. And I was actually online with him when I said my password didn't even work for me to even log into the email. And I actually screenshot that.
Okay. So as I was explaining prior to, okay, so the account that you currently have or had, or with the old email that has no charges related to it, they were able to locate the account with the charges.
They were able.
However, I'm not sure if we explained to you that if you don't have an Apple account as far as a payment method that's attached to the Apple account, we understand that because this year payment method and it's attached to an account, that would be a compromised payment method. So a compromised payment method is that somehow you put your card information in it, whether it be online shopping, whatever the case may be. The only way anything can be done to their Apple account is by having your entire card, your entire card number, and through house numbers, through account numbers, anything like that. So it looks like this particular account, what's the last?
Okay, so then do you think that there was a card reader somewhere when I paid for something, that there was maybe a card reader attached? I heard about
So not even just card readers, like it can happen that way. It can happen where it's going to, scammers have access to all kinds of websites. We can go to Old Navy, purchase us a pair of pants, and boom, they have your card because they were in the Old Navy website. Like it can happen that way because it looks like your payment method was just added to another Apple account.
Wow.
So genuinely, what's going to happen is, because it looks like because it is not your account.
Wow.
This person has the ability to enable their account at any point in time.
Oh my gosh.
So the payment method is banned, yes. They were able to very well, ban the payment method, but this account was re-enabled again on 5/15. So it looks like it was disabled.
Oh my God.
They can re-enable their account at any point in time. They can request enablement. So it looks like it was disabled.
It was okay. It was disabled when? Disabled on what day? Yes, that was me. I said this will listen every way that it can. Okay.
So they disabled it.
Mm-hmm.
However, it does show re-enablement for 5/15.
Wow.
Again, it's not your Apple account, it's their Apple account that just has zero payment.
Oh my God.
So your card is compromised, is what it is. So that's more of a bank issue because if I look at these refunds that they put in these refunds requests for you for on a different account that you don't own, you don't know anything about, they're all denied.
Oh my God.
This account is probably denied because this account has probably used other payment methods before that did not belong to them. So therefore, it's denied, and it may look like they are requesting the refund, not you're requesting the refund. So usually when this occurs, it's like your bank has to dispute this because it has to be through your bank because this is one, not your account. Two, yes, they compromise your payment method, and it is, now it's a compromised payment method, but they were able to re-enable their account because it's their Apple account. Wow. And it looks like it did have your payment method at one point. However, that payment method was banned, so they're not able to use your payment method anymore. As far as the refund, I mean, I don't even have the option to dispute it because if I go on purchases, I don't even see. Let me see.
Yeah, I've never
even
had
see the purchases from May anymore.
So then it doesn't even show what this person purchased.
It just shows the amounts. Like I don't know if you had like certain amounts for 29, 14, 18, 67. I see another. Let me go back to the refund amount. So I see a refund that was put in 5/12 for 29.14. What else was put in?
That should have been put in twice because this person did this 2 times. They did it. Yeah.
So it was a refund put in for 29.14, 29.14. And then it was a refund put in for what is this? $9.99, $2.99, $2.999.
What?
$216.99.
That's that's so then this person now that I didn't request. So now this person is committing a lot of fraud then because then
that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
So they have access to get back into their account and say, hey, I want to request a refund. And
wow. That's not me.
Go back to the car.
That I didn't do.
So this is one of those situations where
wow.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where you would have to let your bank know, like, hey, my card was compromised, because what it's going to look like is, even if we put the refund request in on our end, they're able to access their account again. It's not like their account is locked for fraud or anything, but the more they put in refund requests and whomever cards they continue to take and they continue to put in, it's going to fraud lock their account.
Can you send me the refund through a check, through an Apple check? A computer generalized check that you then just mail to me in the mail because my address is in my Apple account. Yeah, my password didn't even work with that email. Everything on that is over a year old. My phone number I changed while I was on the phone with it. That was over a year old too. That is the only thing I did at the very start when I was just set up my computer. And then I just never, I don't do anything but just use my Mac. This actually needs the cops. This definitely needs the cops involved. I purchased something through iHerb, and my bank told me that it could quite possibly be something within iHerb because I went online and I then looked up iHerb. I purchased sunflower oil from them and a few other things, base oil and just a few things. But then when I went on and looked up iHerb, I read that there's other people who've had problems with their account then being fraudulently charged. Why did she end the call? I don't know why she ended the call.
Welcome to Apple. Calls are recorded and
I asked for a
transcribed
check.
for evaluation to train personnel
And she
and
ended
to
the call.
improve contact center technologies. I'm an automated system that can handle complete sentences. So tell me, how can I help you today?
Fraud on my debit card.
Which of the following are you calling about? A charge on your statement, an unsolicited phone call, a suspicious email, a suspicious text message, or a recent order placed on the Apple online store?
Fraud on my debit card.
Does the bill say apple.com/bill?
Yes. That's what's on my app, on my bank app.
Okay, please hold while I transfer you to the next available specialist. You've been transferred to Apple support. I may ask you to repeat some of the information you've already given. Calls are recorded and transcribed for evaluation to train personnel and improve contact center technologies. Let me look up your phone number. I see you contacted us recently about a billing issue. Is that the same reason for your call today?
Yes.
Thanks. After you're finished with the advisor, can we text you a link to a free survey? Standard message rates may apply.
No.
Please say yes or no.
No.
Okay, let me get someone to help you. Apple's warranty coverage is in addition to your rights provided by consumer law. Warranty, privacy policy, and privacy rights information are available at apple.com/legal. I'll transfer you now. Remember that our advisors are here to help. Please treat them with kindness. Thank you for contacting Apple support. Please hold for an Apple advisor. While you wait, you can choose to listen to some music. For modern popular music, press 1. For classical, 2. For jazz, 3. Or for silence, press 4.
I wish I never purchased this Mac computer. This is actually the worst Mac I've ever bought. I wish I never bought this. Right, so I'm still on hold.
Thank you so much for contacting Apple support. My name is Vedant. Can I get your first and last name?
Gina Calabrese, and I have a case ID number.
Well, sure. You can give me the case ID and I'll pull up your case.
1025 859 26582.
Sorry, 1025-859.
26582.
Okay, give me one quick second. Okay. And when was the last time that you had contacted about this?
I just called and then call was disconnected. I asked her if Apple could send me a check for the refund because she said she claimed that there was that someone did some, I don't know. She said that someone's requesting refunds for $200 for $100. And I told her that's not me. I only request refunds for the 1835 and the 1079 that occurred on March 28 and April 28. That's all I did. And so I asked her if I could send a check for those amounts, and then she hung up.
Oh, okay. So I'm so sorry about that, okay, Gina, that that the call got disconnected. Honestly, I can see the previous case, and the advisor has stated like their system went down. They tried contacting back, but they were not able to reach out to you.
Yeah, I absolutely did not uh, do this at all. I even did a,
No,
sc-
I can see.
I even did a,
I'm with you.
wait, just listen, I did a screen share with an Apple employee on May 12th. And I showed him, I don't have any subscriptions on my subscriptions page. And then on the page that shows any apps that I have are dated back to when I first purchased a computer in 2003 up until January of 2024.
Right, of
And
course.
those are all free because I will
Okay.
not pay for a subscription. And I haven't even used my the Apple account itself. When we went into the corner, he told me he even had to update me on even how to look everything up. So I clicked on the corner Apple icon, and that's when I went into my Apple account. And my email, when I even tried to log into that email, that my password didn't work. Um, the phone number that was on there was over 1 year old. The credit card that was on there was over 1 year old. So the whole thing is just over 1 year old. Only thing I used it for was to when I purchased my Apple in 2000, my Mac in 2023. I set up my account.
Okay. So I get that thing. You're saying that you got some charges, right?
Yes,
That needs to be funded,
yes, that occurred
and
on
it
March.
shows up on your bank account.
It was March 28, at 1079 and 1835, and then again on April 28 of 1079 and 1835. So I then got a new debit card because of it. And I told Apple to completely, in every way, shape, and form, cancel that account. So if Apple is so secure, then why then was that account, if it was disabled on April 27, according to the Apple employee who I was talking to, how was that account then re-enabled on the 15th of May? Who,
Okay.
okay, so Apple is not secure at all.
So there can be a various situations. It's not about Apple not being secure. Account can be re-enabled.
I have a Mac, and I also have, and I forgot about this too because I read in my password book. I totally forgot about an iPad. That's actually in storage.
Okay.
I don't ever use
All
it.
right.
Yeah,
Got it. If you won't mind giving me 2 minutes so that I can.
yeah, yes.
Thank you so much. I would highly appreciate that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. When I try to, I have a password book, and so I looked in that password book for my password for my Mac, and then the password that I put in stated, okay, well, a link was sent to your iPad. And that was today. And then that's when I thought, oh, I forgot about the iPad. That's in storage. I haven't used that in over a year.
Got it. Okay. I just have one quick question for you. Did any of the advisors assist you with putting in a dispute for the refund?
Yes, on May 12th, the guy from, he said that he
Okay.
and then I contacted someone before you, and the call dropped. And I called.
So basically today, right?
Correct.
Is what I meant to say.
Correct.
Okay.
But she told me that there is someone actually put in refunds for over $200, for over $100. That wasn't me.
Right, I get it. And
That's what the Apple employee told me in the conversation before I called back.
okay, okay, got it. And
Oh no, no, she gave an amount that was 200 and some,
around that
and yeah, I don't know the exact amount. I don't remember. Yeah.
completely okay.
And she also stated an amount that was over $100. That wasn't me.
Okay.
And she said that, mhm. And
Go
she
ahead.
said that the account was disabled on April 27th and then re-enabled on May 15th. And
Okay.
then that's when she said that these refunds of over $200 were requested, over $100 were requested. Can you see that? Can you verify that?
Um, okay.
What
That's
phone
something that I
number?
can assure you.
What phone number do you have for me?
The one that you're calling me from, the one
Okay.
that ends with 79, is that
Okay.
okay with you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I assure you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. After getting this done. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so very much. I will.
Yes.
now go ahead and put you on the phone, and I'll be communicating with my senior advisor. I will just require 3 to 4 minutes so that I can discuss this whole scenario with them, okay?
Yes.
I would highly appreciate your patience in the matter.
Okay.
Thank you so very much. Go on and put you on the hold now.
Welcome to Apple. Call now and to improve.
I have these charges of 1079 and 1835 that have occurred on April 28 and March 28. Last time I called Apple was on May 12th. Yes.
Thank you so very much for holding up. I really appreciate your patience. And on the other hand, I have a really great senior advisor contact, and she's going to take it on from here.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. Yeah, thank you so much for holding up. I apologize. Like you said, my name is Ryan, and I will be on and further assistance from here. So I understand that you are checking up on refund.
Yes, for two charges that included four amounts.
Okay. And what was the total amount?
Let's see, $58.28.
You said $58.28.
28 cents.
Okay, and on what account was that on?
Let me wait. Corner here. Gina, oh, you mean my Apple account?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it was charged according to what it says is apple.com bill in my bank.
Okay. So, all right. So you put in that refund request, but you also, do you still have that card number? Because that's what I would need.
The debit card number, I do have a debit card number, but it has been canceled. I got a new debit card.
Okay. Do you have the old number?
Yes. $4472.
Oh, wait, one moment. Okay.
7983.
One moment.
And I want to add that when I did a screen share with an Apple employee on May 12th, we both witnessed that the debit card that I had over a year ago was in the account that he and I were looking at, the Apple account. I just have no idea how this person got my debit card. I live alone. I'm not married. I don't have kids.
Okay, and you you said the total was 58.28.
Yes.
So it was multiple transactions. So what was the individual?
There
amount?
were on March 28th it was 1079 and 1835, and then again on April 28th it was the same amount of 1079 and 1835.
Okay, one moment.
And I did a screen share with the Apple employee on May 12th, and he and I both witnessed, which is I already knew, that there weren't any subscriptions on my account. And then what was on there was when I set up my computer back in 2023 and 24, that was just free apps.
Okay.
So I screenshot everything.
All right, one moment. Okay, and I'm just looking over some additional information here. So I'm on the line. There'll just be a moment of silence while I do this, okay?
I'm fine with that.
All right, great, thanks.
When I was talking to someone earlier, and she said that someone requested refunds that were over $200 and over $100. That wasn't me.
Okay.
And she gave me the exact amounts, not me. And then the account was disabled on April 27, and then it was re-enabled on May 15. The only thing that I did was when I talked to the Apple employee on April 27 was to disable the account so that no one could do anything.
Okay. Okay. Now, as far as those refunds for those 4, I see that they were all denied.
Why?
We don't have the information on why, they're denied, but it is showing that they were denied. Once, because it's escalated up and then it's reviewed for, or compared to the policy, and then they make a decision, from that.
I didn't,
Like I could.
I didn't purchase any subscriptions. None. And like I said, I even did a screen share with that employee.
Okay. But as I said, we don't have all the ins and outs. I can see if it can be disputed. If it can be disputed, I'll, happily get the dispute submitted. But again, if it's, denied again, that would be the final, decision.
Well, what I'm wondering is why it's being denied. If these charges occurred illegally, and then I even do a screen share with an employee, why then are they denied? Because even the screen share showed that I haven't even touched the Apple account since I purchased the Apple account, and then there were free apps on there. And then on the paid subscription page, there wasn't anything.
Well, what I can do is give you the link to a website, and it goes more into detail about the policy. It still doesn't say specifically what your issue was denied for, but it does give you information on some of the process of when it's denied.
Okay, but see that the policy that's pretty much irrelevant because I did not make the charges. This money was stolen out of my account.
Like I said, I can submit a dispute if you haven't submitted a dispute already.
The dispute was made, I told you that, on May 12th. And even my bank actually submitted a dispute.
Well, no, that was just a request. That was an initial request, for, the refund. But as I said, I would be able to, I can, let me see if that's what it is.
What's the name
already been done?
What is the name of these subscriptions? What is the name of these subscriptions?
One moment, let me see, because without getting you verified on the account.
Because even when the employee and I were doing a screen share, he also refused to tell me what those subscriptions were. And when even while he and I were in my account, so that means I was verified. So even then, he wouldn't tell me what the name of the subscriptions were for the money that was stolen out of my account. Why is that?
Well, because the account that was used, even though it was, fraudulent, transaction.
So you know it's not my account, but it is my debit card, and you won't give me a refund.
As well, if it was denied, then yes, that's the case.
Even though you know it's fraud. Okay, I didn't make these, and yet, but my debit card was used, but I live alone. I don't have any kids, nothing. And so my debit card was used and charged for Apple things that I didn't buy. I share a, I do a screen share with an employee to prove that there's no subscriptions there. In fact, I can do a screen share with you right now.
Well, that wouldn't, help us any in this process because there
Why
are
not?
any.
Why not? If
Already,
it's,
you've already filed a dispute and it was denied, and that is the final answer once it's denied.
but I didn't make the charges, and I even proved it to an Apple employee. This was fraud. This was complete fraud. And how that even occurred through Apple when Apple claimed that they're secure.
Well, if someone used your card number, it's not.
And it was done without my permission. So whether it was done through a card reader or whatever, I don't know. I didn't make the charges, which I proved with an Apple employee when we did a screen share, and my subscription page was nothing, zero, which means that it was fraud. So that money should be returned to my account, to my bank account.
So in this case,
But the card issuer, my bank can't do anything about it because the money actually has to be returned from Apple because Apple took the money out of my account. And then what would that do? Because if Apple is denying it with me and it's my bank account, then Apple will deny it with the bank. And you know that, knowing that I did not make these charges, you denied it. Knowing that I, who is the holder of that bank account, did not do these purchases, knowing that it was fraud, Apple denied it. Once again, knowing that it was fraud and the money was stolen out of my account, four amounts on two different dates. So knowing that it was fraud, Apple still denied the refund. Knowing that it was fraud. Okay, how do I get the information that their decision was based off of? How do I obtain that? Is that through the police? I go through the police?
one moment, I can give you that.
And if I do file this with the police, they're able to obtain all of this information of who did the charges and all of that, correct? Oh, aren't you you're a senior advisor, right? Is there someone I can talk to on the legal side? You can email it.
Okay, so is your Apple account?
It's Gina Calabrese at gmail.com. I can't access the email through my password didn't work through the email. That's the 2-year-old email. My password didn't work.
Okay, so what's your can you spell your email address?
Gina, Gina, Calabrese, Calab as in boy, Rese at gmail.com.
Okay, and I got that link emailed to you, and that's where you can read that policy and everything.
All right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Gina. Well, thank you so much for contacting Apple Care, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
It's going on YouTube.
All right, thanks.
Hi, I'm sorry, I might have the wrong phone number. I looked online for the Division of Police because I need to report fraud on my debit card.
Okay. The number's going to be 216. 5100.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. First District Officer, may I help you?
Hi, I need to report fraud on my debit card, and my bank is located in the zip code of 44114. Am I contacting the correct police department?
Okay. What you want to do is either have a car come to your house and do the report, or you can come into the district to do the report. If you have a car come to your house, I can give you the number for ID.
And then if I come to the police department, what's the address? 130. Okay, and then this is the correct district for my bank. Is in the 44114 zip code.
44114.
Yes.
44114. What district? Where's this?
Well, it's according to what I was told, I gotta file it according to the address of my bank.
Okay.
Um, typing in the exact address right now.
It's St. Clair. That's third district. I think it's third district. Hold on a second.
Okay.
That's
Yes. Okay. And will I need an appointment or can I just show up?
No.
Okay.
It's for your convenience.
District at the address of 4501 Kester Avenue. I have a phone number 216-623-5300.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
No problem.
All right, you have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Third District Officer Jago, how can I help you?
Hi, I need to report fraud on my debit card. So I know that I have my phone. An email that I could send the information through or the documentation that reference when I come in.
Hold on good. When you get here, we'll give you a place to send it to, okay?
Okay, all right, great. All right, thank you.